this cadence, if you will, playing out. Going back to that systems analogy, cardiovascular system, pulmonary system. We know there's a tempo, we know there's a cadence, we know there's a rhythm to each of those systems. Musculoskeletal system's no different. There's a rhythm to how the pressure waves in and waves out of that column. Now, for whatever reason, cardiovascular was treated as a system, pulmonary was treated as a system, digestive, I could go on and on, but for whatever reason we got to musculoskeletal and they said, hold on, we're going to chop it up. And we isolated it, and we named muscles, we named ranges, we named planes, and we created a single plane, single range, single muscle sort of training system for everything that kind of multiplied out to where we are now. At GOTA, we're saying, no, this thing has a rhythm, has a cadence, has a tempo, it has essentially a healthy blood pressure. We now know what the ideal is. There's norms and there's ideals. Same reason you go to the cardiovascular doctor and they say, hey, here's the ideal blood pressure, you're outside of it. We're going to work to get you back to that ideal. At GOTA, we know what the ideal movement pressure is. We know how it's supposed to wave in, we know how it's supposed to wave out. The only way we know this is because of who we study and because we have these tablets in our hands. Because in real time, you can't see it. Right? When pressure works in, you can't see it. It's too quick. But when I can go frame by frame, well, now I can see how each compartment is loading the pressure. I can see how the foot behaves. I can see how the shin, the thigh. Look at your sports organizations. Slow motion video is now becoming sort of the backbone of how they're going to make decisions on that field because the refs can't see it in real time. So what we saw was a cycle playing out. Each step is going to play out in this cycle of loading pressure, transferring pressure, and then releasing and resetting over the top. Remember, we're ping-ponging this pressure from one column over to the other column. And at a dull roar, it's my walk, but if I turn it up a little bit, it becomes a jog. If I turn it up a little bit more, it becomes a run, a sprint, a throw, a swing. So